Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a YouTube and Facebook live update from the News Channel 3 digital studio here. Hope everybody's having a good night on this Tuesday. And, that means that we've put the first 2 nights of the weekend down, right? Our first 2 days. And so coming up, Wednesday and then right on into the weekend. So we're looking good. Let's get this one done. I apologize for being on here late, having some problems getting all the gizmos turned on in the right way. My often reminder that the technology is much smarter than am I. So let's get right to it, and we'll cruise through this. Of course, there's just not a lot going on, right? So there's no need to take a lot of your time. So I won't do that. I appreciate you for being here. K&M, Keith and Melissa, hello. Good evening to you. It's been a little while since we chatted, so it's good to be back. Cynthia, hello to you. Ken, good evening. When is it going to rain? That is the $64,000 question. That used to be a lot of money back in the boomers kids' days, right? That's why that was the name of the show. Not so much anymore. Well, I guess it still is. So I'll try to answer that. Carla, enjoying the warm weather. Hey, look, this is a bonus, right? This is bonus time because, as you know, one look at the calendar will tell you which direction we're heading. And so we are definitely going to be we're going to go back to our hoodie time. We're going to go back to our sweatsuits time, but not in the near future. Not in the near future. So let me squeeze myself back here and then we'll get moving. William, hello to you. Plymouth in the house. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate that. Cold water here too. Trees are getting really nice, Jeanette, aren't they? Joanne, I am finally here, and I appreciate you being here and hanging with me. Is it going to rain on Monday? It's possible. It's possible, Jesse, there in the Berg. Looking ahead to next Monday. It doesn't look great. I don't think there's a great chance of that. I would say this. If you've got chores to do and you're hoping that rain will get you out of doing those chores on Monday, I would say plan on doing the chores. Pam, some fun this weekend. You mean rain? I don't know. Could be either way. I hope that we get some fun this weekend too. But in the meantime, it's the same old that's going to be going on for the next few days. And that is sunny and that is warm. As I said in the lead up to this Facebook Live, we definitely need some rain. We have only had 3 days with measurable precipitation so far in the 16 days in September. And by the way, 2 of those were super meager. 1/100th of an inch on one day. We got to count that as a day with measurable precipitation. Come on. And the other one, 4/100ths of an inch. Not very much there. On the 3rd of September, we did get 73/100ths of an inch, nearly 1/4 of an inch, with some rain and a few thunderstorms. But that's been it. And so 13 of the 16 days have had 0. And if you want to use 5/100ths of an inch as your low level, right, as your benchmark, which is not a lot of rain. We've only had 1 day out of 16 that's been above that mark. So anyway you cut it, we are awfully dry. We definitely need some rain. Chris, hello to you in Coopersville. Happy Tuesday night to you too. K&M they are. Thank you for asking. I hope yours are too. Shannon Joe, haven't seen you in a little while. I hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Linda, Battle Creek in the house. I am, thanks. William, air quality is pretty decent, I think. Pretty decent. Carol, hello to you in Sturgis. Hope you have a nice, relaxing night too. Chris, we definitely need the rain. It'll be interesting to see because the drought monitor takes information that is collected through Tuesday, through today. And so it'll be interesting to see what the drought monitor comes up with for our area specifically, and then for the mitten in total. When it comes out Thursday, that'll be released Thursday morning. I believe it's 8 o'clock for the drought monitor. And not only interesting to see what's going on here, but over toward the thumb in the Flint area, Flint-ish area, Flint, Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, that area over there. They are very dry over there as well. And nothing's been going on there either. Linda, hello to you. Always good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Lily, hello. Patty says, wait for rain, please, until after the St. Joe Fair. St. Joe County Fair going on. Look, I think you're looking pretty good. The rain chance that we got for the weekend, that's why I put question marks by Saturday and Sunday. Stay tuned with us on that, right? We got 4 days for Saturday, 5 days for Sunday to give you a little bit more clarity. But at least the next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can tell you those 3 days are going to be super days at the St. Joe County Fair. Lily, hello to you in Battle Creek, your 50th birthday, a week from today. Oh boy, enjoy that last week of having a 4 as your first digit. Taco Tuesday, and Mikey is in the house. Thanks so much. You're looking all right tomorrow. In fact, great tomorrow, Jesse, for your friend showing the draft horses. That's cool. Canning maters tonight. Awesome. I am doing well. And that is good work. That's the Lord's work. Canning some of those vegetables, including the maters. Shinaja, thank you so much. No rain coming there, Keith and Melissa. Ryan, hello to you. I do think, Shinaja, where you're talking about there in Pearson, Montcalm, Mecosta counties, Isabella County, all had some dense fog. I wouldn't be surprised to see a repeat of some of that east of US 131 in the low-lying areas. So, Shinaja, looking at you, and I think so. Be on the lookout for that. Hillsdale County Fair next week, Jeanette. We got fairs going all over the place, right? So we'll have an opportunity to hit that up too. Ryan, hello in Jackson. Jackson in the house as always. Appreciate it very much. Your lawn is getting burned up. Everybody's starting to turn brown now, right? Happy 26th to Jennifer. Thank you so much for letting us know, K&M, so that we can celebrate as well. Karen, I'm doing great. How are you? Deb in Decatur. You're going tomorrow to the St. Joe County Fair. Awesome. It's going to be great weather. Bernice, hello to you. Joanne, listen, think about the warm air that we have right now. At least the dew points are down. I mean, they're in the 50s. Today's dew point, I think, 55, 56. I'll take 85 degrees and a dew point of 56 all day long. It's usually called west of the Rockies. But not so much in mid-September, right? Dense fog, Shinaja. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a repeat performance. Mark Sturgis checking in. Thank you so much. Art prize coming up this Thursday. Love it. And weather's going to be good for the first couple of 3 days at the very least. Let's get to it. Let's see what's next. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Here we go. There we go. So much for that being Marshall. All right. I know that my next one's going to be right. I meant to change that. There we go. Downtown Kalamazoo. Live from the Peregrine Tower camera. Things are all looking good. It's quiet. There's hardly any wind. I mean, this is a very tranquil, not only warmer than average pattern, odd for this time of year, but another sort of oddity. I mean, this time of year is not like the raucous winds and the lows going across us like will happen in October, November, right? The gales of November. But it is very, very calm, tranquil pattern. You know what it is? This big old area of high pressure is sitting in our neighborhood, and that's what's keeping us not only sunny, but also letting us get warmer and warmer. And then also, that's what has the winds being so light. I mean, the lake is flat. The lake is fairly flat. Mark, hello to you. Thanks for checking in. K&M, our thoughts are with you, for sure, on the treatments. For sure. Definitely sending you some positive vibes there. Let's see. Bernice, I am having a great night. Thank you so much. Beautiful day in St. Joe, Michigan. Not St. Joe County where the fair is, but St. Joe, Michigan there in Berrien County, right there at the lake. Bernice, thanks for checking in as always. Bryant, how long will it last? Well, let's get right to it. Let's see if we can answer that question. Tomorrow morning, it's another Lost and Found Wednesday. I call them lost and found days when the morning low requires a jacket or some sleeves, a sweater, but the afternoon is short sleeves all the way. You know how those kiddos are. They're like, jacket, what jacket? Oh, did I take a jacket this morning? That's what they're going to say on a Lost and Found Wednesday when they come home, because it's going to be 85. You know when it's typically 85 degrees here on average? Middle of July. So we're running about 2 months away from what is typical. And that is as we head toward the fall equinox, which is coming up on Monday. Highs today, low 80s. We actually took a step back from yesterday because yesterday's high was 84. Today, 81 in Kalamazoo. Most of the readings in the lower 80s. Coldwater, a little bit of an outlier at 84. Fremont, definitely at 85. Let's see, what else do I have here? Deb, love it. Thank you so much for checking in. David, good to see you. Shannon, beautiful day. Great night as well. Thank you so much. Debbie, I don't control that, but I know. He's a trooper. And yeah, especially when it hits the throat, right? Mark, I am feeling great. Thank you so much. I am feeling great, and I appreciate the positive vibes there. Let's talk high temperatures here. Let's talk last week, right? Up until last Tuesday. So up until a week ago, we were in the blue zone for days. Look at those high temperatures 2 weeks ago. 65, 66, in the 60s, well below average. Then, there we go. We started that trend up. Started it actually on Sunday. Okay, a week and a half ago, right? A week and a half ago. Started it on Sunday. And we've been going up pretty much ever since. One pit stop there, and that is for Saturday when we had some of those showers. Well, guess what? We're going to stay in the red zone for sure, firmly in the red zone. In fact, those dots are going to stay way up high in the red zone because instead of high temperatures, over the next 5 days, our highs will be between 73 and 74. We're going to obliterate that. No records, by the way. We're really not anywhere near record territory. We're sort of sandwiched in between, right? The average is here. The records are way up here, but we're still much warmer than average, even though we're running right in the middle of those numbers. You see mid 80s really for the rest of the week. Jesse, our thoughts with your friend there, for sure. Your outside thermometer in the shades at 84.5. It'll be up there tomorrow too. Denise, hello to you. Thanks for the thanks. I appreciate you too. And Michelle, awful foul smell in the air. I don't know about that. I am in the building. I don't know. Where are you? Might give us a bit of a hint as to what's going on. How about your lawn mowing cast? When you see the lawn mowing cast, you know that we're stretching for things to talk about. But I will say this. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, if you got the yard needs to be cut, there you go. I still think Saturday and Sunday likely will be all right. But a little more iffy because there is a chance for a scattered shower on both of those days. Right now, we're in the low 60s to low 70s, depends on where you are. Hastings at 61, but let's just take M37 south a little bit, not too far, and you run into Battle Creek there, and it's 71. So temperatures, pretty wide variation there between the low 60s and the low 70s, but everybody's going to be hopping down into the 50s tonight. It's another open window night for sleeping. There's nothing going on in the neighborhood. I see a couple of false echoes in the Chicago area on this satellite and radar. Believe me, there's nothing going on anywhere in our neighborhood. In fact, the closest rain to us really is going to be out in Iowa or the Arrowhead of Minnesota. Take your pick. Either way, it's hundreds of miles away, and it's no threat for us. Martin in the house. It is nice weather to harvest. That's for doggone sure, and that's going to continue for the week. I don't know, though. I think, the farmers, right, want to leave that corn out in the field to dry a little bit longer. So hopefully we can get some rain out there for our lawns and the gardens that are still needing it, the flower beds. But we don't want to make it too soppy out there for the fields so that in early to mid-November that corn isn't dry and they haven't gone out there to get them. So, Steve, yeah, good point. Shar, hello to you. Loving the nice weather. David's mid-70s idea. Love to have some average weather. Wouldn't it be nice? I do think in a week's time we're going to get down into some mid-70s, by the way. If that's your kind of weather, and which is typical for this time of year, so it makes sense. But by and large, wow. I mean, I'm just looking at sort of the longer range view, the mid-range view, which will take us all the way to the end of the month. I'll tell you this, if this doesn't change, you know how I feel about once we get past 7-8 days. But if this doesn't change, if it verifies all the way to the end of the month, we are going to be warmer than average. We're going to be warmer than average. Mid-80s, I don't know, but certainly upper 70s and low 80s, and sometimes mid-80s. So that hoodie, if this longer range or mid-range outlook here is worth it, verifies, you can put that hoodie away for the rest of the month of September, right? That's the headline. Hoodies out until October. Coldwater's homecoming, Jackson Northwest, coming to Cardinal Field. Should be good for Friday. Ryan, the leaves are changing colors, right? They're like, well, we're going to get this fall show on the road. Janet, Michigan, and can't ask for better weather. I will say that. It is a little warm, but boy, can't beat the sunshine, though we do need some rain, right? We're always in need of something, it seems. Good evening to you, Gwen. Thanks for checking in, as always. Let's get right to that 7-day. A boring weather, but boring is good. Lots of sunshine. I'm going to introduce a slight chance for some showers on Saturday. Let's check that out tomorrow. Right now, it's sketchy. Right now, it depends on the model. You look at the GFS, right, which is not the Gordon Food Service model, by the way. The global forecast system, the GFS, suggests there are going to be some showers on Saturday. Other models, not so much. That's why that confidence level, the 30% is low. Sunday, getting a little bit better. Monday, a little bit better. You see, I've got the equinox in there at 2:19. That's 2:19 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Monday. And then Tuesday, a little bit of a cool down. But we're going to be staying, I think, in the mid-upper 70s at the coolest for highs, maybe even low 80s, at least until we get to the end of the month. All right. That's going out there a ways, but that's the way it's looking right now. Mike, hello to you. Hey, stranger, thanks for checking in. You know, when I see you, I think I got to keep a check on those ISS reports. Our skies have been clear so many nights. And by the way, I missed the light show from the Northern Lights there. It obviously didn't last very long, but I loved the photos that you guys sent in. That was awesome. You know, I got to tell you, I was watching football Sunday night, and I saw the tweets coming in on my phone. I'm like, look at that, Northern Lights. There's some awesome lights going on. But one of the sources that I go to for information suggested, you know, this solar wind that was buffeting our magnetosphere there was going to be sticking around for a few hours. So I thought, you know, I could wait till after the game. So I did. And by the time I went out on my Northern Lights hunting foray into the dark woods and fields, not woods, fields, because you can't see anything in the woods, of Alamo and Oshtemo in between, that's where I was. Couldn't see very much, even on my iPhone. Couldn't see very much. So I'm gonna have to keep up with that. Brandon, where's the snow? Oh, buddy, it'll be here. Believe me. All is well, Mike, and I hope all is well with you. Good to see you, Delane. Hello to you. I'm getting caught up here. I was flapping my jaws, let a few people go through. It can't be too many years where the second half of September averages out to be warmer than the first half of the month. I got to tell you, when that happens, then we have entered a different universe, right? Warmer, yeah, but I don't know about the second half of September. You know, I got to say, in all the years that I've been here, I only remember something like that happening once. I'm not saying it never did, but that would be March of 2012, where April ended up being cooler than March on an average. The average high for April 2012 was cooler than March of 2012. That's the wildest ever. And that would be similarly wild there, David, if that were to happen. And by the way, that did happen because if you remember, back in 2012, in March of 2012, we had that 9-day stretch in the 80s. It was crazy. That was crazy. All right. Let's see what we got. Tyra, hello to you. I'm doing great. Hope you are too. Let's see. Windows open. I opened my windows up today. So tonight I'm hoping to feel some of that cooler air coming in. Sandy, waiting impatiently for the snow. You got to check back in when we get it and say, hey, it's finally here, right? But not anywhere, anytime soon, as you see in the 7-day forecast. Jeanette, thanks for asking. My college classes are going well. The public speakers to be are doing well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. We have class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we had class this morning and early this afternoon. Burnell, good evening to you. Thank you so much. David Whitecaps up 2-zip in the 8th. Awesome. 6 outs to go for the championship. Hey, awesome. For sure. And hopefully that's a good sign for the T-Grays as well. Mikey, thanks for the forecast update. I appreciate that and appreciate your sharing. Return the Belt is in the house. Good evening to you. Thank you so much. There, Return the Belt. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that was okay. Okay. 2012, March of 2012. Listen, it ended up being catastrophe for the apple crop. Catastrophe. Because it was so warm for so long, the apple crop started to bud. And then when we had our very average frost that we had at the end of March and even into April, if I recall correctly, it's a Google search. If I recall correctly, the number was something along the lines of 98% of the apple crop in Michigan got hit with that. And, Michigan is the third or fourth, I don't know what it is right now, but the third or fourth leading apple producing state. It's another quick Google search, but I believe it goes Washington State, Oregon, and then it's Michigan or New York State. So that was substantial. That was a big deal. Let's see. Mark, thanks for the thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Laura, hello to you. Good evening. Been a nice week for the St. Joe County Fair. And it's going to be nice tomorrow, too. Thank you for the thanks, Bernice. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. All right, there's the 7th day. So I'm going to go ahead and skate on out of here. You know, even though I didn't have anything to say, I made it last for 20 minutes. I got a talking problem, right? So there we see. Look at those 80s, though. Look at those 80s all the way till Tuesday. And I got to say, you know, again, remember, confidence over or consistency over time equals confidence. Want to see more consistency with the day 9, 10, 11, 12 outlook from our forecast model here. But the way it's looking right now, if it were to verify, we're going to have more upper 70s and we're going to have more low 80s all the way to the end of the month. So, like I said, the headline for tonight is no hoodie necessary until early October. That's the way it looks right now. But that can change. So stay tuned, as always. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate your good wishes. I appreciate your comments. Kathy, loving it for sure. Hi to you, too. Don't forget, I'm live in only 18 minutes. I got to hurry up. To get to the studio, I'll be live at 10 on Arc West, Michigan, live in an hour 18 on the mothership. That's News Channel 3 with a live update. But you got the inside track by being here right now. Yeah, you're right, David. In this particular case, the lake is going to keep you a little cooler, right? I agree with you, Mr. GR. It is a pretty nice looking forecast. I will say, though, not to complain, but we do need some rain. That's for sure. All right, so I'll be live at 10, live at 11. I am on Facebook, WWMT's Keith Thompson. Give me a like or a follow on Twitter, X, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, at Weatherman Keith, all lowercase, all one word. Lily, thanks for the thanks. I appreciate that. And good night to you there in BC. Joanne, I hope you have a great night, too. Thank you so much. My good buddy Jeff Porter is going to be live and in person tomorrow morning, 4:30 to 9 with live weather updates. Must See TV has got you getting at noon. Now, there's a bit of a wrinkle tomorrow. Colin's going to be in for me at 5, 5:30, and 6. I'm working on a special project. But I will be back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock here on Facebook Live, and then tomorrow night late for the newscast as well. Hey, we've made it to hump day. That's a reason to smile. I hope everybody has a good night. Get some good rest. Let's hit it hard tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow night on Facebook Live. Good night, everybody.